Wake up, guys. We've got some massive breaking news to kick off your day. Fabrizio Romano has just confirmed that Neymar has unexpectedly made the preliminary squad for the Brazilian national team. The brilliant samba dancer is gearing up for a massive comeback, keeping his 2026 World Cup dreams very much alive. This is absolutely thrilling news for anyone who fell in love with the pure, artistic playstyle of the former Barcelona and PSG superstar. This preliminary roster is a crucial step as Brazil prepares for two huge upcoming friendlies. They'll be facing off against France in the early hours of March 27 and taking on Croatia on the morning of April 1. The road to the biggest football tournament on the planet is entering its decisive phase. The appearance of the 1992-born veteran on this preliminary list has ignited a massive spark of hope. The coaching staff will make the final call on the official squad in the coming days. But just seeing that familiar name pop up again is enough to send social media into an absolute frenzy. One passionate fan on X summed it up perfectly, saying, "Reading that Neymar made the list brings tears to my eyes. The national team without him is like a symphony orchestra without its conductor." Another user shared a more grounded take. "Let's hope those legs stay healthy. Even if he's not at his absolute peak, his experience is an invaluable asset for the young players." Carlo Ancelotti made a very logical choice. Expectations are sky high right now. But make no mistake, the road ahead is still full of thorns. Behind this preliminary list is a rigorous process of tracking and evaluation. The Italian tactician, Carlo Ancelotti, has set incredibly strict fitness standards. Originally, the head coach and Brazilian Football Confederation official Rodrigo Caetano planned to attend the match between Santos and Morocco to personally scout the 34-year-old forward's form. But then, a massive miscommunication happened. The striker was unexpectedly dropped from the Santos matchday squad. The club's coaching staff decided to rest him to manage his workload and prevent any risk of muscle overload. The Santos medical team had actually agreed on this plan days in advance, even though he had already completed his on-pitch training. Here's the kicker, though. They completely forgot to notify the National Football Federation. This blunder derailed Ancelotti's scouting trip, forcing the manager to change his entire schedule. Missing the Morocco game has unintentionally pushed the Brazilian star with his back against the wall, and his window of opportunity is rapidly closing. He now has exactly one domestic match left, against rivals Corinthians in round 6 of the national championship, to prove he deserves a spot on that final roster. The reality is, Neymar only just returned to full team training this past Sunday. The extreme caution shown by the Santos coaching staff points to a harsh truth. His physical condition is still not at its absolute peak. The fragility of those glass legs means every sprint, every turn, and every tackle has to be carefully calculated. The upcoming clash with Corinthians is no longer just a regular club match. It has become the ultimate test to decide his national team fate. The sad reality is that age is catching up with these gifted legs. Having just celebrated his 34th birthday, all the iconic number 10 probably wishes for right now can be summed up in one word: peace. Peace from the constant injuries, so he can finally lace up his boots, step out onto the pitch, and bless the fans with his elegant runs once again. His medical record over the past few years is a dark timeline that breaks the heart of anyone following his career. From the 2021-2022 season until now, he has suffered a total of 15 different injuries. If you convert that into days, the Brazilian forward has been confined to hospital beds and rehab rooms for nearly 1,000 days. Persistent ankle and foot injuries robbed him of 115 playing days in the 21-22 season alone. And that number tragically jumped to 141 days the very next season. But the biggest tragedy struck when he made the move to Al-Hilal in the summer of 2023. You'd think the slower pace of Asian football would take some of the immense pressure off his legs, right? Well, fate had a cruel twist in store. During the 2023-24 season, a devastating torn ACL sidelined him for a staggering 371 days, forcing him to miss 53 games for the Saudi club. Moving into the 2024-2025 season, injuries robbed him of another 209 days. In total, this blockbuster signing managed just 7 appearances, scoring one single goal and providing 2 assists for Al-Hilal before both sides agreed to terminate his contract in January 2025. That breakup led him back home to Santos, the place where all his dreams began, hoping to rediscover the pure joy of playing football. But even back in his homeland, the ghost of injuries kept haunting him. He spent almost another 100 days riding the bench, enduring risky endoscopic checkups. Fans won't soon forget a heartbreaking moment that happened during a recent match between Santos and Novo Horizontino. A ball rolled near the touchline. The iconic number 10 gritted his teeth, desperately pumping his legs to sprint. But his body simply said, no. The distance between him and the ball just kept growing until it rolled out of bounds. That clip went incredibly viral, racking up millions of views across social media. Fans were stunned to realize that the same legs that used to dance through the toughest defenders in Europe were now dragging invisible weights. The rhythm was broken, his touch was fading. Those mesmerizing pirouettes, those signature soul-controlled touches, they were slowly disappearing. This physical decline led to a string of uncharacteristic errors. A misplaced pass from him in that exact match literally gifted the opposition a goal, leading to a 2-1 defeat for Santos and knocking them out of the São Paulo State Championship quarterfinals in bitter fashion. Over 90 minutes on the pitch, he failed to register a single goal or assist. The sight of a striker walking more than running, constantly gasping for air after short bursts of speed, absolutely crushed the hearts of those who love him. Right now, the biggest challenge isn't just his muscles or ligaments, it's a deep mental and emotional exhaustion. He's admitted to just surviving year by year, even leaving the door open to officially hang up his boots this coming December. A leaked conversation between him and his father left the public in absolute shock. Choking back tears, he reportedly said, "I can't do this anymore. I need surgery, but I don't even know if it's worth it. Dad, I'm just so exhausted." But somehow, emerging from that dark place, this opportunity to wear the national team colors again is like a lifeline. Reigniting his competitive fire, the number 10 knows his current limits perfectly well. He's ready to swallow the immense pride that built his legacy. Demands to start every single match? Thrown out the window. Instead, he's accepting a step back to take on the role of a strategic super sub. He wants to use the massive wealth of experience he's gained from hundreds of big games to mentor the younger generation. The national squad is currently packed with explosive attacking stars. But in those do-or-die moments when the opponent parks the bus, they still need a battle-hardened lighthouse to keep them mentally anchored. A razor-sharp through ball to split the defense. A clever dribble to win a free kick right on the edge of the box. Or a game-winning thunderbolt off the bench. These are the massive values he can still bring to the table. This humility and professional attitude has sent a massive positive signal to the coaching staff. Nobody can deny his legendary contributions to the iconic yellow and green jersey. His record of 79 goals in 128 appearances firmly cements him at the very top of the list of the greatest goalscorers in the history of the Samba nation. He brought home a historic Olympic gold medal and battled through 3 consecutive World Cups in 2014, 2018, and 2022. The memories of 2014 are still etched into fans' minds. He exploded onto the scene with 4 goals, putting the team on his back and carrying them to the semifinals before suffering that horrifying back injury. Those historical facts are ironclad proof of his massive influence on the team's spirit. His presence in the locker room provides a rock-solid foundation, a psychological pillar that you simply can't measure with standard statistics. At the 2026 World Cup draw, fate placed Brazil in Group C alongside Morocco, Scotland, and Haiti. Overall, this is a relatively favorable group, creating the perfect scenario for head coach Carlo Ancelotti to heavily rotate his squad and keep his star players fresh. But make no mistake about the opponents. Morocco brings a highly frustrating, high-pressing counter-attacking style. Scotland relies heavily on raw physical power and a relentless crossing game. While Haiti is widely considered the underdog of the group, there will be deadlocked moments, especially when Morocco drops deep and sets up a multi-layered defensive block. In those tight spaces, the blazing speed of guys like Rafinha or Endrick might just crash straight into a solid concrete wall. And that is exactly when the team needs the magic of their iconic number 10. The final 20 minutes of a match provide the absolute perfect stage for him to showcase his remaining artistic brilliance. Just one visionary, long-range pass from him can tear open the pitch and completely shatter the opponent's defensive system. The Italian manager including his name on this preliminary roster isn't just sentiment, it's a highly calculated, tactical move to give Brazil a completely different weapon to break down stubborn defenses. The upcoming clash with Corinthians is going to be 90 minutes of absolute judgment. That massive stage in North America still has one empty seat waiting for him. We are all holding our breath, waiting for one final, brilliant, and emotional samba dance.